Step while there's still time left. Early on, she sings this, I've got to get in step while there's still time left. Dolly finds that her life is passing by without fulfillment. She realizes she just can't stand on the sidelines. She has this longing within her, and it's motivating her. It's reaching out to have her heart come alive again. Isn't that what we all want? To feel alive in mind, in body, and spirit? And that's part of the invitation to join this ongoing parade. When we wake up every day, we make decisions about how we're going to move about our days. And the question during Lent, are we willing to take the risks to follow our Jesus? And the risks are threefold, and the invitation is threefold. Are we willing, like our children so beautifully brought to life, cry out, Jesus, save us. Hosanna, Hosanna. Folks, during this biblical time, most of them, depending on which historian you're going to look at, between 90 and 95%, some say 96%, were starving, were hungry, didn't have enough. So when they're crying out, save us, Hosanna, actually they were crying out Hosanna, right? Which means save us. They wanted their actual physical oppression and limitations and bondage to be taken away. They wanted to experience that liberation and that freedom. We so often want to spiritualize that save us, which we can do that, right? But let's do a both and this morning. Let's have the save us be about liberating us from all that keeps us stuck and in bondage. Possibly it's that anxiety that just grapples with us, that grabs us each morning, and we wonder how we're going to get through the day. Maybe it's the fear with all that's happening in our country right now, and we want to be set free from that. So might we enter the parade where we too lift our voices and say, save us. The second opportunity that we have and an invitation to enter into this parade is to be a people who are listening for other people who are crying out, save us. This world is filled with folks who are needing that liberation, that being set free that Jesus has to offer, whether it's economic bondage or an addiction or being underemployed or not knowing how they will meet their rent. Or maybe they're a person of color and they know when they get in the car, the chances are much higher that they will be pulled over for something like a tail light that's out, and that stop could turn very quickly. Are we willing to hear the cries of our sisters and brothers who are also saying, save us? So we can enter into the parade by knowing that our very being comes from our Jesus and following. And again, you all get to tweak the language, right? Maybe it's mystery, maybe it's spirit, maybe it's God, maybe it's some other language that you know to be true about who you desire to save you. Are we willing to be a people, my beloved congregation, that hears those cries of other people and then hears the third invitation that Lent has for us and this parade that we get to enter into? We get to link arms. We get to be with people who want to be in that same parade, that are participating in turning this world towards God's dream. Jeff so honestly and beautifully lifted up what it's like to be afraid, because there's some risk involved. And yet when we come into community, we are reminded that we're better together. So let us be a congregation and a community of faith who's willing to cry out, Jesus, save us. Let us be a people who listen boldly and courageously to the cries of other people who are also yelling out, screaming, and maybe it's a whisper by now because they haven't been heard, save us. And then third, let us be a people who continue to come into community and know that together we're participating in a more just and generous world, relationships that give life and nurturance and mutuality. So let us be a people who, like Dolly, get in step and enter into the parade together. Amen.